most new creators never make it past video number 1. And it's not because they lack ideas, but as soon as they press record, it all falls apart. That's why I built this full training course just for you, so that you don't feel like that. And if you do, we can change it fast. Now, it's the same system that I've used in my agency for the last 10 years, and I use it with 6-figure clients and absolute beginners. And today, I'm giving you the exact same playbook. And to be completely transparent, throughout sections of this video, I'm going to share ways in which you can work with me, whether it be just joining our free newsletter, whether it be joining the Courage Before Confidence program, or working with me directly on the Heart Brand Blueprint. So if you're ready to go from stuck and overwhelming to showing up with clarity, confidence, and content that actually lands, let's get into the first step. And what you're going to get out of this program is very, very simple. A very simple format and formula to create solid videos. We know that we should be creating content online. We know we need to stand out above all of the noise on social media. The problem is most people don't know how to create good, solid videos. So I'm going to teach you the fundamentals and the basics so you can get out there by the end of this program. But I've got a question. Do you compare yourself when it comes to seeing other people's content online? Do you get stuck in here with not knowing what to create or how to say, share your message online? I did too. And you know what? I'm going to help you fix it here. So the message really is, don't worry about the imperfections. I know already I've said a few ums and ahs, a few stutters, and that's okay, because building a personal brand and using the form of video is a great way for people to gain connection with you. So keep the flaws in. There's nothing wrong with that. Progress is what we're looking for, not perfection. Perfection's overrated. What I'm going to share in this program with you is a very quick run through of what the gurus won't share with you. They don't want you to know, because they want you to buy their courses and buy their stuff. Hence why I felt a need to help content creators in the creator economy to really stand out, so that you don't have to be spending out on everything and then leave this world, because it is a fabulous world, without actually having some success. So take a video at a time. 1% progress every day will lead to that end vision that you're looking for. Because 1% interest every day over a year, for example, with taking action and creating a video, even if it's just a quick one on your phone, over the year will increase your performance by 37%. That is compound interest, and I want you to have it. So enjoy the program, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you would like to keep learning beyond this course, I invite you to come and join my newsletter, where I share strategies and fresh prompts and simple ways in which you can keep moving through your video journey. There's a link in the description below, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. So now you know what this course is all about and why it's going to be the shift about the way you think about video. Let's take it one step further. In this next section, I'm going to break down the exact method that makes all of this possible. So no more second guessing about what to post or how to stand out. Stick with me, because this next bit is where the fog clears and the structure clicks. Question: do you get stuck with knowing what to create, how to create it, why to even create it for your audience? Well, watch until the end of this video. I'm going to share the simple steps and the flywheel framework so that you can make content easily and be a content-first business, elevating your personal brand and everything about who you are and what you do, and more importantly, why you do it. There's a clue. I struggled just like you with what to post, where to post, even as an agency owner. I was good with my clients, but myself, I kind of struggled with what to post, until I realized that actually, as long as my content has purpose and is not based on the perspective of everyone else's perceptions and what they're doing out there, as long as my content has a purpose, then actually we're good to go, and it shouldn't be too much of a problem. That way we get out of paralysis analysis, and we get out of the whole comparison syndrome. Because what we're doing is our content is being created purposefully for the people that we serve. And it's the same when you come to sales in your business, selling your service. Well, it's the same with content. You are serving your audience with your content. So we have the flywheel system in our agency, Big Daddy Digital. And the great thing is, it's really, really simple. And you can build out your purpose-driven content using the flywheel principle on the 2 main forms of content that you need to have in your business. Do you know what they are? Let me know in the comments below. Because if your content has intent and you follow a system, instead of forming habits to create videos, it's following a system, what you'll find is you'll never be out of ideas for content. You'll always have content going out in your social channels, and
it will connect with your audience and pull them towards you. Now, right now, when it comes to video, there are two forms of content. Really simple: short form, long form. I believe that short form content is to build brand awareness, get you in front of people's eyeballs, brains, memories, hearts really, really quickly. And then the long form creates depth and intent and connection. So you have three simple steps to identify. Firstly, where does your audience hang out? Where do they live when it comes to hanging out on social media? And how do they like to consume their content? Now, if you're here, you know that your audience wants video. The world wants video. It's consuming video. But don't get hung up on how much they watch, as long as they see you through that video, because the short form builds brand awareness and the long form builds depth and connection. So a really simple action step is, whatever social platforms you're on right now, go and run a poll. How do you like to consume your content? Where do you hang out on social media? Now, you might be hanging out on Facebook, but actually your audience might be consuming tons over on YouTube. And that would make sense in an era of video, where video is going through the roof and watch time is increasing over on YouTube. Plus, it's search-based, so your content is going to be found more easily. So your action step, that one action step that you need to take, is simply this: decide, don't procrastinate. What will be your short form content? Will it be reels? Will it be carousels because you're not quite confident on video yet? Will it be short form posts that you could take from a long form piece of content? But right now, you need to let me know down below, where are you going to commit? Because if we don't commit, you're just going to consume content. You're going to watch this program, you're going to watch this YouTube channel, you're going to watch this podcast. Decide. You know, if your audience are watching video, but actually in a podcast format, really, really great. Start a video podcast and then look at the clips you can take out of it for your short form. Simple, done. I know I make it sound simple, and it's almost patronizing when I do, but I don't mean it to be. I just want to show you the simplest way, because the gurus are going to overcomplicate it. So your action step, like I said, decide short form content, long form content. If you're here watching me, chances are it's going to be video, YouTube shorts and YouTube long form, whether it be an educational video like this or whether it be a video podcast. It makes perfect sense. From there, you can go everywhere, but you don't need to go everywhere today.
Now, if this method clicks, but you're not sure how to apply it to your audience or even your niche, then let's talk. Just come and join me on a free discovery call. There'll be a link in the description below, and I can help you map that out. So now you've got the system. You know why purpose-led content beats perfection, and how short form and long form can come together to build your personal brand. But before you dive in, there's one huge, massive trap that you need to avoid. Most creators fall into it. I certainly did. In the next video, I'll show you the biggest mistake entrepreneurs make with their content, why it's killing their growth even before they get started. Trust me, you will want to fix this before you post anything else.
I'm going to show you the biggest mistake that every entrepreneur is making when it comes to social media and digital marketing. And if you hang around to the end, I am going to share with you the absolute mic drop moment. I'm excited for this one, and so should you be. Before I start though, question: are you listening to the gurus? Are you consuming loads of content? I've seen recently on my social media posts that people are saying to me that they're consuming more than they are creating. And, you know, we've heard Gary Vee in the past, you know, document over create, create over consume. And we should be, because if we're not sharing our genius with the world, then the challenge is we're never going to make any sales. We're never going to build a personal brand. We're never going to get that job that we want, or we're never going to, you know, get funding for our startup. Whatever it is that you want to do, and why you're here learning video with me, you're never going to be able to do that if you are just consuming. You're going to get really good, lots of knowledge. You're going to get great at what we should do, but if you haven't practiced, then you'll never get any better. But I know why you're doing it. The gurus are saying, you need to be here, you need to be on Facebook, you need to be on Twitter, you need to be on LinkedIn, you need to do blogs, you need to do articles, you need to do reels, you need to do TikToks, you need to do all this video stuff. And it's like, oh my God, my head is going to explode. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't need to be on every platform. You shouldn't be on every platform, because they didn't start like that. I didn't start like that. And you certainly shouldn't be starting like that, because otherwise what you're doing is you're setting yourself up to fail, and we don't want that to happen for you. So let me share with you how I did it, and then you can decide whether or not it's the right thing for you. I guaranteed it will take so much stress away from you, and then by the end of this video you'll be like, that is where I want to be. That is what I've got to do. You will have this like light bulb moment. It'll be like, oh, the angels will come and help you. And it's simply this. When I started building my personal brand and my personal brand business, we had the agency and it was creating social media content and social media management for small to medium-sized businesses. We know our niche. We know exactly what we're going to do. But when it comes to me, I'm like, oh, where should I be? Well, like I've shared in previous videos, as long as my content has got purpose, it will attract the right people towards me. So where do they hang out? And I identified LinkedIn for business owners, and I've identified Twitter because it was at a big boom 11 years ago with regards to conversation. And I'm good at conversation. I take my transferable skills from the police and I use those in my business. It's one of the greatest gifts that the police service ever gave me. But why is that important? Well, because I was connecting with the business on Twitter, showing behind the scenes of who I am and what I was doing and how I could help them, and retweeting and getting conversations going, and then going to LinkedIn and connecting with a business owner. Mic drop moment. The pennies are falling, aren't they? Simply put, you need to find your tribe and share how you can connect with them. So if you're here, you're going to be one of creating video, short form video to build brand awareness, and long form video content to create depth and connection. But I evolved from Twitter and LinkedIn when I saw the power of video, but I still started with video actually on Twitter, and I evolved. Now my audience is YouTube and Facebook, so it makes perfect sense that I'm going all in on video because both platforms love video. So don't be scared to evolve, and trust the one thing that the police gave me, and that is my gut, my intuition, my heart. Follow it. Where are your audience? Where are they hanging out? Well, how do they like to consume their content, and go and play there? Because you don't need to be everywhere. Pick one platform and really learn it, hone in. And that way, if you're working on one platform, say it is Facebook or it is YouTube, it's not Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest. If you're focusing on one platform, where your audience hang out, you can serve them better. It removes the stress from your life and you can show up better. You can be more intentional with your content and you can build a real bond. And that is so important because the world is craving community and connection. COVID showed us that, didn't it? Everyone came together around a common problem and challenge and issue. Everybody was showing what they were doing behind the scenes in the COVID world using video. So go right now to where you hang out the most on social. Ask those questions and consider evolution, maybe a pivot. And before I finish this video, I did say at the start that I will give you the mic drop moment. And it's simply this, and I identified it for me. I am my ideal client from 10 years ago. So are you your ideal client from 10 years ago? How are you consuming your content? Where do you like to hang out? Do you prefer video or blogs or podcasts? Where do you like to do it? If you're serving you, if you're a coach or a consultant or someone who's left the day job and wants to build their personal brand around the power of video, how are you consuming it? Where do you like to hang out? Where do you get your information? Start there. And don't make the biggest mistake that every entrepreneur is making, and that's following the gurus and being on every social platform. You will burn out. It won't serve you. One place. Go there. Do it now.
If you've been stuck watching instead of doing, this here is your shift. My 30-day challenge in the Courage Before Confidence training program gives you daily doable actions so that you can build video with confidence and not with overthinking. So, do you think going viral is the goal? Well, let me tell you now, it's not. In fact, chasing trends might be the fastest way to burn out your audience and your business, because views don't equal trust and followers don't mean fans. In this video, I'm going to show you why trend hopping is killing your momentum and how to flip the script to actually train the algorithm to bring your people back for more. If you're building a brand and not chasing clout, this changes everything.
Stop following trends. It is the biggest mistake that you can make when you're starting out creating video content. Simply because viral viewers, they don't love you. They don't like you. They don't know you. They don't care about you. They see you once and they rarely come back. So stay with me on this one though, because I'm going to show you what to do to beat the algorithm so you get people coming back to you. Did you know that most influencers are poor? That is simply due to vanity metrics. Likes, follows, shares, few comments. Actually, it's not even comments, because most influencers don't even reply to the comments. Most influencers are following trends and chasing on the coattails of something that's already happened. Well, that's for any content creator, whether you're a coach or a consultant or anyone who's looking to leave the day job, actually chasing trends is one of the biggest mistakes you can do. Instead, what you need to do is you need to train the algorithm. Now, I shouldn't be saying to you right now is we should bow down to the algorithm, because actually that can be a challenge, because then we're always making content for the platform. I want you to consider something else. I want you to consider creating content for your people rather than the platform. Answer questions that your audience has. Makes perfect sense. Answer the questions that they're coming to you with, the pain points, the problems. If you answer those in a video, you could share the video with the person to increase your credibility, to increase your thought leadership. I do this every single day. Let me share with you how I do it. If you come into our Facebook group, I'm a Personal Brand, as it's currently called, you'll come in, and when you come in, there are 3 entry questions. Question number 2 is around the biggest pain point or challenge you'll have around building a personal brand and using video to do it. When you've shared with me, because that's how you'll got access to this video potentially, or even the course that I'm creating, and obviously we'll link up around here if this goes out onto YouTube. But when you come into the community, I ask you a question so that I can first serve you and give you the best possible experience as you come into the community. It'll take me 30, maybe 60 seconds to make a quick answer to that question. But then I could elaborate on that and maybe create a YouTube video or a course video. So when people are coming to my community, I'm answering their questions, identifying their pain points, getting lots of data for my analysis to make sure I'm serving the people in the right way who are connecting with me. Now, what I do to take that to another level, and you can consider this too, is maybe do a Q&A. A Q&A session could be a pre-recorded or a live. I run a Facebook live, Friday live, Q&A live, whatever you want to call it, on a Friday obviously, and I answer 5 questions. And this is very specific as to why I answer 5 questions. I run it on a platform called StreamYard, so I have the question pop up. It's one that's come into my community, and I'll answer these 5 questions, and I go through a particular format, and I'll teach you guys that on the in the Heart Brand Academy, or maybe in our Big Video Academy program, because it's quite detailed. It's too much for a video here. I answer the question and the pain point, and I tag the person in the video, or I'll take the clip and I'll send it. But I've created a live stream and I've practiced my video, so I'm putting the reps in, and I've answered 5 questions, and I've created a piece of positioning content. It positions me as the authority, long form Facebook Live. Then what I do is either me or my team will go into that Facebook Live, we'll download it, and we'll section it up. We'll cut the clips out. Might be 2 or 3 minutes per video, or per answer. And then I've got 5 pieces of short form content for the week, whether it be not necessarily a reel, but it could well be just a shorter video, 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 minutes. And then I've got the positioning piece. So I've got the long form and I've got the short form. Now, when I said about training the algorithm, if you are creating your content for people based on their pain points and not trying to chase trends and what the algorithms and what the platforms are saying right now, you actually train the algorithm. You put your content out there. It will take time, maybe 30, 60, 90 days. That's what I advise people to measure it as. But when they're doing that and they're creating content for the people and then putting that in front of the people with the right hook, the right story, the right call to action, what then happens is the algorithm, if you will, the platform, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, anything, it knows who to put it in front of based on the engagement that you're getting back. Because remember, we're creating content for social platforms. Focus on the social. Too many focus on media. Focus on the social aspect. You know, get content from the comments in your posts and create videos from that. But answer questions that the people provide you. And if you want to see a more in-depth version of how I did that, around this video will be access to the 4 C's video. It's my best performing video on YouTube to date, and I did exactly that. I'll see you in the next video.
So, do we want strategies that outlast trends? My free weekly newsletter is where I share timeless, practical tools for creators just like you who are building real personal brands. There's a link in the description. Check it out. Join. and get the newsletter straight into your inbox every Friday. You've got the strategy. You've dodged the trends. But what if the only thing holding you back is you? Well, in this next video, we're tackling the mindset myth that keeps most people silent. Like, I'm not good enough to show up. I can't do it. Who will listen to me? I'm going to show you a simple mental shift used by top creators that takes the pressure off and helps you build the confidence while making content. Now, if you've ever hesitated to hit record, then this video next is what changes that for you.
In this video, I want to show you how you can get over the belief that you're not good enough. Our beliefs cripple us, and I'm sure, like me, you have had them too. We look at people online, we compare ourselves, at their fancy, the backdrops and all the flashing lights and the great cameras and all of this, that and the other. But actually, when it comes to it, we can just simply pick up our mobile phone and create a decent video. But we spend too much time comparing ourselves to others, and I want to take that belief away from you and give you a new framework and share with you how you can make this video in a way that doesn't put pressure and stress on you of comparison. So I'm going to share with you how the greats of content are doing it, and actually how it's quite easy for you to get started. So like I said, we have this belief, this limiting belief that everyone around us is doing it better than us and their lifestyle online looks fantastic. Well, do you know what? Most of it is a lie. What you see is people are focusing on media rather than being social, and the social aspect of social media is what brings all the benefits. And so showing your, I've just made, literally in this video just right now, I've just made about 17 million different errors with words, ums and ahs, and I'm keeping them in. I am keeping them in. Why? Because it creates a form of connection, because I'm sure you've screwed up a video just like this too. I know I have, and I will continue to do it. But it just shows that, you know what? I'm standing in my power. I can do this. And do you know what? I'll take you along I will take you along with me for the ride. There we go. I got my words out. But they're just beliefs. Beliefs? See, I did it again. They're just beliefs. And most beliefs that we have in here that stop us from doing something are something that we've just made up. So let's understand how we can be a social animal, how the greats do it, and how we can take those insights and move forward instead of looking at all these influencers that are online, that are poor, that are creating content, which is actually a lie. Let me share a secret, actually. It's not a secret, but it was a funny experience. I saw an influencer's Instagram image once, and I was like, oh, you know what, lots of value in this, and they've got a PDF to download, and downloaded the PDF and had a look. And then I took a closer look at the picture, and they were talking about how they got all these big flashy balloons behind them, and then they were sharing a video as well about how it was their birthday, I think their 18th or 21st. It's a poignant birthday, and how they were enjoying their fruit and their pancakes. And then they showed the plate, and they put it on the bed. And I saw this plate of pancakes. They weren't pancakes. They were old El Mio or whatever tortilla wraps. And I'm like, oh my God, you faked a pancake because you haven't got anything in the cupboard. You went and got tortilla wraps out. Most people are manufacturing their content. But if you just pick up your phone, okay, and share with the world what I'm going to share with you right now in this video, you'll be like, that's easy. That's not fake, that's real, that's authentic, and it's got substance around it simply because the world out there already knows about it. So, do you want to find out? Let me know in the comments, and maybe we'll just dive straight in. So like I said already, be a social animal, and you can get lots of content ideas. If you put out a video and people comment on it, ask a question. What was relevant? What did they like? What was poignant to them? What resonated with them? Once you start to get that feedback, you can create content based on those answers. Now, take that a step further. If you want to go a bit broader on what's happening in the world, there is a great way of identifying all this, and you don't even have to make a piece of content to get started. And it's through the power of Google Alerts. Now, Google Alerts, you can go on Google, you can set it up, done, it'll come into your inbox every single day. based around keywords and topics that you're interested in. So I always look at personal brand, I always look at social media marketing, video content creation, and if there is something that's going on in the world that someone's talking about, whether it be a Forbes article or an influencer, I mean a proper influencer like the likes of Gary Vee and Tony Robbins and people like that, not your little Instagram influencer saying, come and buy my stuff and I'll share with you my tortilla chips, or which is actually a pancake, or should be. Anyway, enough of that. Let's rewind. Let's get focused again. If you set up Google Alerts based on keywords that you have in your world, whether that be makeup, whether that be sport, whether that be fitness, food, finance, all the other F's that I was going to mention, they come into your inbox and you can read the article, you can watch the video, and you can then report back on it. You can refer to it. You can pick up your phone. You can, you might have seen the green screens where, like with the likes of Gary Vee, there's an article behind him and he's talking in front of that. You can make a piece of content based on other people's content and what's going on in your world that is relevant to your audience. Because if it's not relevant, what's the point in making the piece of content? So your action step is go and set up your Google Alerts. Go into your Google account. Set up your Google Alerts. Get these keywords coming in. Start to read the articles. See what is being shared in the world about your industry, your niche, your specific zone of genius. Because if you're not brave enough to make the content right now, there's somebody out there who is. And maybe that'll just inspire you to share a few lines. Make an Instagram story, maybe make a TikTok, maybe make a reel. And in TikToks, you do not have to dance. You can just share stuff. I've got Alison, who's in our Heartbrand Academy and also in the Big Video Academy. She literally picks up her phone. She shares insights into SEND, special educational needs and disabilities on her phone. Makeup free, sits there, shares the information, posts it. She's pulling that information in from other sources. There's a great lawyer online who reports on all of the law cases, and she's been seen as a real authority in her niche. So if you need to just get started with content and you're just scared about putting your own stuff out there, your own thoughts and your own opinions, well then create your thoughts and opinions based on what's going out here rather than going with your thought leadership right now. It's a way of putting the reps in, getting used to it, and if nothing else, just practice. Pick up your phone and practice making that video, because it will be the best 5 or 10 minutes that you've ever done. I sit here every day and practice content. Some of it never goes out. This might go in a course, this video might even go in a YouTube video. I haven't decided yet, but I've got a set of videos that I want to record for a program and for YouTube, and I'll create the content, I'll practice just like you guys should be doing, and then I will decide, yep, video, yep, YouTube, oh, needs a tweak, needs something added to it. But we can always add later on. We can always scrap it completely and say, no, we're not going to do that video. But we must practice. And if we are stuck with our own content ideas, go to Google Alerts, type in your keywords for what you are an expert in, and then get that information, jump on a camera, make a video. If you like it, post it. If you don't, delete it. Let it go into the universe. Let it go into the ether. But at least you're still practicing. You're putting the reps in. And the great thing is you've not had to think too much other than have an opinion. And those opinions are powerful. That's what pulled people towards you. I'm going to share more with you in another video.
This is exactly why I built Courage Before Confidence. It's a 30-day path for creators who are ready to show up, even if you don't feel ready yet. There's a link in the description. Check it out. I invite you to come and join me in the program. So you've got the confidence, you know how to create content, even if it's messy, and show up being your real self. But there's still one move that could really quietly sabotage everything you've been building. And it's this: leading with sales. Buy my stuff, come on, buy my stuff. Well, in this next video, I'm breaking down why even great content gets ignored, how to flip the script so your videos connect, build trust, and actually convert. You see, it's a shift that most creators don't make until it's too late.
In this video, I'm going to share with you why your videos are not getting views and how to fix them. So question, are you making videos that are getting 1, 2, 5, 25, 50, 100 views, but you are hoping for more? You're like, come on, this is a great bit of content. I told a great story and there's great information in there and there's loads of great steps and it's frustrating, isn't it? It is frustrating and it's disheartening, and I'm sure you want to stop. Do not stop. Do not stop. Please do not stop. There is a reason why I've just shouted at the camera like that. People come to me all of the time and say, Stephen, My videos aren't getting views. We're not getting any money in the bank. And the biggest pain then is that people focus on sales over marketing. It's happened since the test of time. Even when there's constraints in the world, what happens, people say, is my old day job in between the police and launching my business. I was working at a radio station, and it's like, right, we need more sales in the bank. Focus on sales and focus on this. We're going to have this promotion, that promotion, and that's the quickest way to the bottom. Because when you focus on sales and take the pedal off marketing, no one ever knows about your sales unless you've got a guy knocking on a door or people jumping on phones or spamming social media. Because what's happened is you've taken all the value away from the marketing, the advice, the support, the influence, the thought leadership. You've taken all of that away to focus your time on here. And that's not because you should or shouldn't be doing these. It's because you're time poor and you think, oh, I haven't got a lot of time, must go over here. And you're going from a place of lack and it's painful, it's horrible. And so many people are doing this. I've been seeing it for years. It still happens now. Apart from the people who focus on their marketing and lead with value. When you know your numbers, you lead with value. You build connections. You build a brand. Because that is what is sustainable. Because if you are going sales, 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 everyone goes switch, 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 switch off. They get bored. We get sick of seeing all these promotions and pop-ups. And everyone's saying now on social media, oh, I'm sick of seeing these ads. Well, do you know what? There's a way to sell organically through video content, and you don't need to be pummeling people with sales pitches or saying, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff. There is a way of doing it. I shared in previous videos about the flywheel and getting people into the content system. You must be a content-first business. Get people into that flywheel and nurture them around the process at different points in their journey. They will buy from you. They will absolutely buy from you. Did you know that between out of 100% of people, 20% of people are ready to buy out of those 100 that come to you? Well, most people are shoving people into a sales funnel. They take the 20, they squeeze out the other 80 and get rid of them. What if you nurtured them for when they were ready to buy? They've already liked some of your content, they've bought into you, they've loved your video, they love what you're about, they're just not ready to buy. Whether it's not the wrong time, they haven't got the funds, the finance, or they just need a bit more reassuring. More content, more nurturing, more conversations. Those people will come back in the cycle. And if they don't, do you know what they will do? Which is the biggest and best thing that we could ever hope for, is that they will refer us to other people. I have so many people coming to me through my Facebook community and through email channels where they've been referred by other people. Most people do an introduction, and that is crazy. So I've shared in previous videos about the 4 C's of content. There are 4 C's that you require in your business, and you don't do them all the time. You go through a cycle. I'm going to go through them with you here now. The first one is connection. The second one is character. The third is credibility. And the fourth is the conversion. That's the sales piece. But everyone's leading with this, and they should be leading with these 3 and coming to this one. All of these 3 can have a call to action to this one. There we go, light bulb moment, penny drop. But if you don't lead with these and you're always leading with conversion, you're trying to sell, it's a push, push, push when you want to be pulling and attracting people towards you. So let me give you some examples of those 4 C's, and so you can get your head around it and maybe test and try some of your own. Connection content is quite easy. Short form content, 1 to 2 minute videos where you are solving a problem. You're sharing a tip or an insight away from pain and over to pleasure. Really nice TikToks, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, that type of thing. Next is character content. Now I love character content because you can just be yourself, pick up your phone, 10-second video, Instagram story. It's the story piece, behind the scenes, showing people what they wouldn't normally see. Next, we've got credibility. Now this can be done short form or long form, because like I shared at the beginning, your connection content creates credibility too if you're doing tips and things like that and steps to get through, from pain to pleasure. But actually, this is where you can go depth. If you think about the flywheel system that I've shared in previous videos, you can bring people into your flywheel on a depth piece of content. Might be a video podcast, might be a YouTube video, might be a training course. It could be any form of video. It might be a Facebook Live. I do it with Facebook Lives and do Q&As. But you're going to get more of who you are. You can slow it down. So credibility content is more long form content. So you can get into a story. You can get into a process. You can break it down, really make it simple for the viewer to understand. And then there's conversion. Conversion content. Of course we should create conversion content, and it's great in a video and it's great on a social post. But as long as you've got your numbers right and your percentages right of how you go through this content, sales content and calls to action should be in your marketing. But if you're going all in, sales, 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 say it a few more times. If you're going all in on sales action, people just get bored and annoyed because you're not bringing the value anymore. They focus on what you're giving them, not what you have given them in the past. So if you want to go more in depth on the 4 C's, I'll link up to it around here so you can deep dive into the 4 C's and really plan out your 4 C's of content and create content that builds a connection, shows your credibility, pulls people towards you with your character and converts. Then there'll be a link around this video. You can watch it right now.
See, selling doesn't need to feel pushy. Inside the Heart Brand Blueprint, I show you how to build trust-first content that attracts the right people organically. There's a link in the description below. Check it out. So now you know why leading with sales kills trust and how to guide your audience from connection to conversion the right way. But even with the perfect message, there's still one tiny piece that's still wrecking your videos before they even begin. So in this next step, I'm going to show you the worst way to start your videos. And it will just leap out at you when I share it with you. And then I'm going to give you 5 simple hook formats that will instantly level up your intros. If your first few seconds are weak, then this is the fix for you.
I'm going to share with you my biggest hate when it comes to video, and it is the worst way to start a video. So many people are making this mistake, and I'm going to share with you, you need to stop it, and I'm going to share with you how to stop it and make your videos even better. That was a long hook, wasn't it? Do you get annoyed or frustrated when you see a video, you pop onto it, oh my God, I've just made the mistake now. And they say those words, I'm just popping on. It annoys the crap out of me, I must say. The reason being is, so many people start a Facebook Live. They'll just pick up their phone and just do a video. It could be an Instagram Live, it could be any bloody video. But when they think that they're going to be there for a while, they go, just popping on, as if we care. We don't care. What we care about is, we care about the hook. Tell us straight away what you're going to do in this video that makes me want to stay. Because if you can't do that, I'm not going to watch. And this is the problem with everybody's video content. They'll create a video, hey guys, how you doing? I'm just popping on. Hey, thought I'd come and hang out with you today. We don't care. In this video, I'm going to share with you X, Y, and Z. Now, I want to share with you, hang around to the end because I'm going to give you some formulas of how you can make amazing hooks and give you some examples. But we just need to get through all this mess first so you don't keep doing it. Or you just stop. Because did you know that goldfish have an attention span of 8 seconds, and us as humans, we have an attention span of 7. So therefore, you've got more chance of a goldfish staying on watching your live stream than me or anybody else in your audience. If you go, I'm just popping on. Hey guys, how you doing? Get to the point. Lead with a hook. Tell them what they're going to get. And I'm going to share with you now 5 simple formulas that you can consider for your hooks in the future or starting your videos. And yes, I do know all these people doing live streams are screaming right now but people need reconnecting. Yes, live streams need recaps, but you still need to start the bloody video positively with a hook, telling them what they're going to get. Absolutely, live streams need recaps. Welcoming new viewers when you see the numbers go up. But you still need to tell the people who've showed up at the beginning what they're going to get from you. And I'll stop doing this with my hands now. So let me share with you 5 amazing formulas and some examples that will probably roll across the screen as I share them with you. The first one is how-tos. For example, how to lose weight fast at home. It's a how-to and it has an outcome. How to survive the menopause. It's a big subject right now and a lot of people are crying out for it. How to make videos in only 2 minutes a day. See what I did there? Because I teach that. They're how-tos and they are solid. People are looking on YouTube for how-to content. Next we have lists. Everybody loves a list. So for example, you got 5 big animal mysteries ever. Who on earth wrote that one? The 10 most amazing theme parks in the world. and the top 7 apps for editing videos on your mobile phone. Again, you can see what I did there. Then there's tips, ways and steps. 7 simple ways to write an essay. 9 simple steps to creating your first 1,000 YouTube subscribers. It's a bit of a mouthful, but it's a good title. And 5 things not to say on your first date. And I'm sure that we all wish we had that video when we first started dating. And then there's fast results. Everybody loves fast results. The internet is so quick and everyone loves speed. So 5-minute makeup hacks. Make your first video in 60 seconds. That's the daily diary process that I teach. And I'm sure you'll get access to it around this video too. Yeah, I'll drop a link. And lose fat in 10 minutes a day. Now, do you know what? Is that possible? I'm sure. But it's a great hook. It pulls people in. And then my favourite. This video is built around it. The mistakes. New parent mistakes on how to fix them. It's a great one, isn't it? Talks to parents, tells them about the mistakes, creates intrigue. The top 10 fashion mistakes we need to avoid. Well, I think there's only one, and it's don't go for fashion, go for style. But that's my own personal opinion. And advice for new content creators. 5 mistakes to avoid. Again, that will be one that I would create for you guys. So you can see how hooks are better at grabbing attention at the beginning of a video rather than just popping on. So around this video, there'll be a link to download those hooks and more examples for you to play with. Tell your audience what they want to know at the beginning of the video. That way, more chance to get views. It's a better start. It's more solid. You'll attract the right audience and you won't leave people just going like this. When's he going to start with the bloody content? And then next thing you know, you've lost them.
Now, if you're catching yourself in these bad habits on camera, this moment here is that changes all of that. I've shared it once, I'm sharing it again. It's the 30-day Courage Before Confidence video challenge. It'll sharpen up your start and literally everything else after. So if you want to get better and more comfortable and confident on camera, check out the link in the description and I invite you to join the Courage Before Confidence training. So now you know how to start your videos in the right way. A hook that actually earns attention. But here's the twist. Your audience decides whether to watch even before they hit play. So in this next step, I'm going to break down the 3 elements that make or break your video before it even begins. Skip these and even great content gets ignored. Nail them and you finally get the views your work deserves.
I'm going to share with you the 3 things that every video needs. And why you must start with them and not leave them to the end. All will be revealed. Now, the reason you need to start with these 3 things and every video must have them is simply because they are the 3 things that your audience will see before they even see the video. Have I got your mind racing yet? Do you know what they are? Let me know in the comment section below. And if not, we'll just dive straight into it, shall we? First, need a refresh. Now, the greats do it. The amateurs don't do it. And this is the problem with a lot of video content. It's the lack of focus and direction because we haven't got these 3 things sorted out. So when you come to creating your videos, you need to go through these 3 steps. And obviously, I'm going to share with you what they are. Hang on. And then I'm going to share with you how this has done me so well with my best performing YouTube video. And I'll link up to that at the end for you. So you can take a look and say, what he's saying actually works. So what are these 3 things then? Title, thumbnail, and description, as if you didn't know. Now, yes, this is a big YouTube focus, but in any video on any platform, you need to know what the title is of your video. Because if you don't know what the title is, what are you even going to talk about? Thumbnail. You need a solid graphic for any social platform. Why? Because if nothing else, it stops the scroll, it grabs attention. And the description shares what it is your video is about, more depth. Now that description might be your social post on Facebook, it might be a solid description over on YouTube. So let's just do them again. Title, that gets the click. Thumbnail stops the scroll, and the description helps you to sell your stuff. I don't think I need to harp on about it anymore, do I? All the greats are doing these 3 steps before they make any video. They're planning out their titles of what they're going to talk about. There might be answers to questions, there might be themes that are coming up within their network, and then they're planning a thumbnail or creating a thumbnail. And on YouTube now you can have like an A and B split test. I think there's 2 or 3 different versions of your thumbnail. But they're creating their thumbnails to see if the thumbnail creates curiosity so that people click on the title. Simple as that. From there, they'll watch the video, and whatever magic you're doing within your video will get them to click or read the description, go there for a lead magnet, maybe a product you're trying to sell, or a Facebook group you want them to join, or whatever that might be. But you must consider knowing what you're going to talk about. Plan your titles. Create some thumbnails, see what it looks like. Test the thumbnails, even in your social channels. A lot of great people are doing this. And then description. I find the description comes from my mouth and what I've talked about. And I do like to use AI to accelerate that.
If you want to grow a channel that gets clicks and builds trust, the Heart Brand Blueprint gives you the full visibility strategy, titles, thumbnails, and everything beyond. There's a link in the description below. I invite you to check it out. So now you've got the exterior of your videos dialed in, the title, the thumbnail, the description. That's what gets people to the video. But once they click, what actually keeps them watching? Well, in this next step, I break down a 3-part structure that helps me turn views into income. It's what I did when I first started, and you need this too. It turns real videos into real business, and it's how to turn scrolls into sales without feeling or even being salesy.
Hey, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share with you a 3-step formula to get started making videos. And if you hang around to the end, I'm going to show you how this formula helped me create £126,000 in my first year of business. Yep, mic drop moment. Let's get into it. Now, I know that you should be making videos. I know that we have the tools, mobile phones, cameras, whatever that might be. But sometimes it's like, I know I've got something to say, but I don't know how to say it. Or you get on and you start waffling on, or you do that thing, hi, I'm just popping on, and then you waste 5 minutes rambling. Well, every video has a 3-step process when you begin. Yes, they evolve over time, and I will share that with you in another video. Let me know if you want that in the comments. But I want to share with you how Russell Brunson, you will all know him, I'm sure, the ClickFunnels guy. I want to share with you what he shared with me when I was starting out with videos many, many years ago. He's the guy who wrote .com Secrets. He wrote Expert Secrets and Traffic Secrets. They've made him millions, and they've certainly helped me in my first year of business and beyond since we evolved the process. But it's 3 simple steps that he shares when he's creating content, and it's simple. So, let me share with you the leg up that Russell Brunson gave me. It's a very simple process. I've kind of tweaked the end for you so that it's not all sales, 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 because we know, and you've seen that in videos from me in the past, it's not all about sales videos. We need to be creating character and credibility and connection with people so that they know, love and trust us, and therefore buy from us. But what Russell taught me back in the day was a 3-step principle called the hook, the story, and the offer. Now, I have made so much content recently around hooks, it's crazy. I'm sure you're getting overwhelmed. But the first thing is, you start the video with the end in mind. Tell them what you're going to give them. Tell them what this video is about. That way, you'll grab their attention and pull them towards you. There is nothing better after that than a good quality story. I've already shared with you. Lean over. Russell Brunson's story. How he came into my life. All of that, I've shared that with you. Very briefly, very quickly. A nice story to, ooh, okay, what's this about? Pixar, Disney, they all do it well. And I give you full permission to go and binge Netflix this weekend. So you can say, oh, let's go and see what they do in stories. Let's see how they grab people's emotions. I've told you straight away how I'm going to show you at the end of this video how Russell's techniques made me £126,000 in my first year of entrepreneurship. The hook. Tell them what they're going to get. Then tell the story, then there's the offer. Now, Russell talked about the offer. I changed it to CTA. So we call this hook, story, action. What action step do you want them to take? Because we're not always going to be selling to people. Yes, we want a sales process. We want a sales transaction. We want sales to happen because that's why we're here creating marvelous content to serve our audiences so that we can make sales in our business. But sometimes we don't want to make a video that leads to a sale. We want to make a video that leads to a piece of credibility content or to our community so we can nurture them, or to a lead magnet to give them some more value. So I use hook, story, call to action.
So, not sure your video structure's landing? Well, then just book a discovery call with me and I'll help you tighten up your script. You'll find your strongest stories and the angles at which you can come at the content from. There's a link in the description. I'm excited to come and chat with you. You got the structure, the hook, the story, and the offer. But when it comes to long form content, well, that's where most creators stall. In this next step, I'm giving you a ready-to-use YouTube video template. So you're not guessing or rambling or stuck staring at a blank screen. If you've been waiting to hit record, this is the tool that makes it happen.
In this video, I'm sharing with you the YouTube framework, because we've done short form, we've done hooks, we've done a bit of story, and we've shared all the insights for you to get started with video and shared some of the mistakes. But here right now, I want to give you a framework and a template so you can actually go out there and create your first YouTube video, your first video podcast, some long form content. So you can literally sit down and say, right, I've got this. This is my hook. These are my steps. This is where I ask people to subscribe if it is a YouTube channel, or ask them to like or press the share button. This asset has been used by me and my clients for many, many years now, and I felt it only right to share a copy with you. So around this video, you'll find a PDF, like a workbook, and you can download that, print it off however you want to use it, and then you can build out your first piece of long form content. What I would suggest is that you share something from experience, something you've gone through, so it's really, really easy to take your audience through. So this is how you started. These are the steps in between. Start with your big bold hook or a promise or even a question, and then the transformation. So download the workbook, get started. Please let me know how you get on as well. I would love to know, and I'm excited to see your next piece of content.
So if you're serious about growing on a platform like YouTube and turning your ideas into content that builds connection, then this framework is the one for you. And if you want help mapping it all out, the Heart Brand Blueprint is where we can do it together. There's a link in the description. I invite you to have a look. So you've got the blueprint for long form content, the hook, the steps, the CTA all mapped out. But having a plan is one thing, executing on it is another. In this next step, I'll show you exactly how to shoot, edit your videos really quickly, just using, where is it? Your mobile phone. Because if tech's ever held you back, this is the moment to break through.
My question first, does all this fancy content, does it make you feel a bit intimidated? Oh, I can't get it like that. Do you set your standards really, really high? Flashy lights and, nice setup, nice aesthetic. Do you know what? It did. It held me back too. You can't see, just out of shot, there is a black curtain just there. It used to, literally, my backdrop used to be this way. And that black curtain stopped me from making videos. For years, I invested in a video coach. And I still held back on, and it was all because I was worried about what people might think of me. Was I good enough? Was my video good enough? What did I sound like? What did I look like? All of the challenges that most people go through when they're creating their first videos. When they're thinking, you know what? Yeah, I can see all these great people doing video content, but should I not? Well, you should. You absolutely should. Don't let the thing behind you or the thing in front of you or those things around you that you're measuring yourself and judging yourself on, please do not let them stop you. Because I'll tell you now, regret has been my biggest enemy. And I don't want you to feel like that. I've shared with you in many videos what to record, the hook and your steps and this, that and the other. Let's go through that process very quickly and let me share with you how to shoot it and how to edit it. And the great thing here that I'm going to share with you, so stay till the end, is this. We're going to make the editing process smaller, much less, and that's based on how you record the video. So let's get into it. Now, when you're starting out, the key here is to make sure that you've got an outline. So if I just lean over here and let me show you this. I have an outline. I have whiteboards that I work from. Very simple process. Sometimes I script depending on the depth I want to go into, but very much a whiteboard. And I shoot my videos in clips. That's the key. Shoot your videos in clips. So starting off, I've got up here, hook. So I record the hook. Then I go through a bold statement or a question, and that reaffirms the hook. And then I go into a story to really pull the viewer in. Each one of these is being recorded in little sections, hook, the question or the bold statement, then the story. And it's much easier to record the story because it's your story. You're using the experience, something that you've gone through. So you don't need to worry about, getting that right as such, or worrying about the ums and the ahs, because you can, if you want, you can clip those out. But if it's a story that there shouldn't be that much of an error or discrepancy in it. So go with the flow and leave your human side in there. Then we've got your teaching points. Now you might have, 5 steps, 3 steps. The 3 steps to master keto diet, or the 5 apps to edit on your mobile phone, for example. So each step is its own clip. So you record it. It might be 15 seconds, it might be 55 seconds, it could be 2 minutes, but you shoot them in clips. The reason for all of this on shooting in clips is this. When you shoot in clips, you don't have to remember the whole video. You don't have to go through a script. You can shoot a piece, look over to the side, make sure you're in the right place, then come back, shoot the next piece. Plus, when you go into the app, it's much easier just to stitch everything together. And the great thing here is, when you shoot in clips, and you will probably get them right in the first few takes, might not be the first one, might be number 6 on that one and 3 on another, but what you can do is you can delete those bits off your phone, and then all the pieces you've got, all you need to do is upload them to the app and stitch them together. And if you hang on, I'm going to share the app with you. So let's keep going through this. So you've got your hook, you've got your reaffirming the hook, the question or the bold statement, that's number 2. Then you've got your story to go with that, and then you've got your step 1, 2 and 3, for example. And then you'll have your call to action at the end. Very simple, very basic way. That could be in a long form video or a short form video. If you're doing short form, go for hook, story, offer. It's very, very simple to do. But once you've got those pieces recorded on your phone, I literally go into the CapCut app. Now there'll be a link around here with it, so you can get straight to the CapCut app. It's completely free, and you open the CapCut app, you press the new project button. It's a big blue button. You press the new project button, and you go into your phone and you click on each one of the clips that you want. Now if you highlight the little blue circle in the top corner in the order which you recorded them, and then press upload, they'll all upload, and then all you've got to do is just stitch the ends together. It'll all sit out beautifully. You can then edit to music, you can add your transitions in, you can put some text in and fancy pop-ups, maybe some B-roll as well. But the great thing is it's all there in one strip, and you just go into each piece and you just tighten the front up, tighten the back up. So there's no, oh, I'm just turning my button off, or I'm just pressing record. You tighten all those aspects up. And then what you've got is you've got your beautiful video. Now, if you want to add transitions, you want to add some jump cuts, whatever you've seen that you like from other people's content, by all means, bring them into here. So record in clips, shoot your video in clips, and it's much easier to edit and bring it all together. Saves you pain and stress. And just around this video, I'm going to share with you a PDF so you can plan that all out. You can plan your shots, you can plan your hook, and you know exactly what you're going to upload into the CapCut app. I'm excited to see your content. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Much love. Big Daddy out.
So if you want to go deeper with your editing and build a full personal brand that's ready for YouTube, the Heart Brand Blueprint is where we do it together. You'll get my editing flows, content systems, and everything you need to grow with confidence. There's a link in the description. I invite you to check it out. You've planned it. You've structured it. Let's bring it all together. I invite you to come and join me in the Heart Brand Blueprint. However, if you're not ready yet, this next video is going to walk you through the entire process from script to shoot to edit, and you get to see me do it live and see how this system really works. Check out this video here, model it, make it your own, and hit record with confidence. Take care. Much love. Big Daddy out.